Hello viewers, welcome to example 1 on the topic rate that I started with you in the previous video. In the previous video, we started learning about rate and we've done a detailed explanation on it, and I hope you understood it and you enjoyed the lesson as well. So this is a continuation to solve an example with you. Okay, so as you can see from the board, I've written example 1 on the board. Okay, and I will advise that you do well to watch the first video, okay, because the first video lays the foundation, okay, the basic knowledge and understanding that you need about the topic rate. I've done all those explanations in the first video. Okay, so it's necessary that you do well to watch the first video so that you can get a good foundation and understanding to be able to handle this session as well. Okay, I said to you in the first video that the topic rate is one of the topics that most students find it very difficult. They struggle with it a lot, and that is because they don't get a good foundation and understanding to the topic. Okay, so most students struggle with the topic rate a lot. So I said that we are not going to rush the topic. I'm going to take my time and take it step by step, okay, so that you can understand the topic very well. Okay, that's why it's important that you don't miss any of the videos that I'm making on the topic rate. Okay, so you have to follow all the videos, okay, and do well to watch all of them so that you can get a good understanding of it. Okay, so do well to watch the first video so that you can get a good foundation to handle this session as well. And please don't forget to like the videos and also share them. And if you are watching for the first time, please do well to follow the page as well, and also subscribe to my YouTube channel also. Okay, so let's go ahead and tackle the example 1 that I have on the board. Let's read the question together. Okay, so now example 1, it says a man covered a distance of 5 kilometers in 20 minutes on his bicycle. It says we should find his speed in kilometers per hour. Okay, so that's the question. Okay, the question is asking us to find the speed, okay, of the man, okay, in kilometers per hour. Okay, let me read the question one more time. Okay, so it says that a man covered a distance of 5 kilometers in 20 minutes on his bicycle. It says find his speed in kilometers per hour. Okay, so we are being asked to find the speed of the man, okay, in kilometers per hour. Okay, so now I'm going to write down my solution, okay, and I'm going to go through a step-by-step procedure, okay, in handling questions of this nature. Okay, now most students think that questions of this nature is difficult, but that is not true. Okay, it's because there is a step-by-step approach that you are supposed to develop towards solving questions of this nature. Okay, word problem questions of this nature demands a systematic and step-by-step approach, okay, in solving it. Okay, so if you don't take your time to go through the process and you just try to do everything at once, then you get confused. Then you may think that the question is difficult, but that's not the case. But if you follow the step-by-step procedures that I'm going to show you, you'll be able to get the correct solution. Okay, and it's not difficult. Okay, so use this approach to solve any given word problem question. Okay, that's what I'm going to teach you. Okay, so first, what you need to do that anytime you have a word problem question, okay, of this nature, the first thing to do is that read the question, okay, and understand it, okay, because understanding the question is part of the solution. Okay, if you don't understand what the question is asking you to do, then it's obvious that you cannot get the right solution to the question. Okay, so you need to understand what the question is saying, and that means that you need to read very well. Okay, so read the question very well, okay, at least 2 times, okay, and understand what the question is asking you to do. Okay, that's the first step. Okay, then after you've read the question and you've understood what the question is asking you to do, now for you to start your solution, what you need to do is that you need to write down all the given information from the question. You write them down. Okay, so you extract all the given information that the question has given you, then you write them down. Okay, that's part of the solution. Okay, and examiners award marks for those things. Okay, so you write down all the given information. Okay, you extract all the given information from the question, then you write them down. Okay, so let's do those steps that I've explained to you right now. Okay, let's go ahead. Okay, so now let me read the question one more time. Okay, so as I read the question, I'm going to write down all the given information in the question. Okay, so it says that a man covered a distance of 5 kilometers. Okay, so we know that our distance is 5 kilometers. Okay, so we are going to write it down. Okay, so you have to write your distance. Okay, so write your distance, write the word distance in full, then into bracket you can bring D. Okay, equals to 5 kilometers. Okay, so now don't only write D there. Okay, and you cannot assume that the person marking or the examiner knows that the D represents distance. No, you cannot assume that. So you need to write the word distance in full, then into bracket D. Okay, so that the D is defined to whoever is marking your work. Okay, that the D represents distance. Okay, so because if you just write D, the D can represent a lot of things. Okay, that's why it's important that you write the distance in full, then you denote it by the letter D in a bracket, so that the person marking your work or taking a look at your work will know that the D represents the distance. Okay, so that's what you're supposed to do. Okay, so now a man covered a distance of 5 kilometers. Okay, that's what we've written down. Okay, in 20 minutes. Okay, so we have been given the time. Okay, so that refers to the time. So I'm going to write my time down. Okay, write time in full, then into brackets T equals to 20 minutes. Okay, so I hope you understand and you agree with me up to this point. Okay, so let me read one more time. It says that a man covered a distance of 5 kilometers in 20 minutes on his bicycle. Okay, so we've written our distance down, okay, which is 5 kilometers, and the time given is 20 minutes. Okay, I've written it down. Okay, it says that find his speed in kilometers per hours. Okay, we have to find the speed in kilometers per hours. Okay, so let me write the formula down. Okay, for finding speed. Okay, we've done this in the first video. Okay, we've explained the formula for finding speed or average speed in the first video. That's why I'm encouraging you to do or to watch the first video. Okay, so let me write the formula down for finding speed. Okay, so we learned from the first video that our speed, okay, so speed, okay, into bracket S, okay, equals to the distance, so distance into bracket D over the time taken or time. Okay, so either time or time taken. Okay, so this is the formula for finding speed. Okay, so now let's check the things that you have been given. Okay, the information that you have been given from the question. Okay, so you have been given the distance, which is 5 kilometers, and also we have been given time, which is 20 minutes. Okay, but take note that the question is asking us to find the speed in kilometers per hour. Okay, you can see that the distance is already in kilometers, which is 5 kilometers, but the time is in what? Minutes. But the question is saying that we should find the speed in kilometers per hour, okay, or per hours, per hour or per hours. Okay, so now what we need to do is that this minutes that we have here, the 20 minutes that we have here, we cannot solve with it. We have to change it to hours. I hope you agree with me up to this point. Okay, so again, the question is asking us to find the speed in kilometers per hours. Okay, the distance, okay, which is in kilometers already. Okay, that we don't need to touch it because it's the distance has already been given in kilometers. Okay, and the time given is in minutes, but the question says we should find the speed in kilometers per hours. Okay, so we cannot solve with this minute unless we change it to hours. Okay, so we have to do some basic unit conversion. Okay, and I've explained all these things to you in the first video. Okay, in the first video I gave you all the basic unit conversions that you need to know. Okay, so we are going to apply it to convert this 20 minutes to hours so that we can use it to solve the question. I hope the explanation is clear enough up to this point. Okay, so let's go ahead and convert the 20 minutes to hours. Okay, so we know that for every 60 minutes, okay, so for every 60 minutes is equals to 1 hour. Okay, I hope you agree with me. For every 60 minutes is equals to 1 hour. Okay, so we are changing the 20 minutes, so we are going to write it under the minutes column. Okay, so we are going to write our 20 minutes, okay, equals to s, we don't know. Okay, so let me go over one more time. So we know that for every 60 minutes is equals to 1 hour. So the 20 minutes that you want to know its value in hours, we don't know, so we've represented it by a variable. Okay, so 60 minutes equals to 1 hour, so the 20 minutes equals to s, we don't know. So from here, what we do is that we cross multiply. Okay, I hope the explanation is clear enough up to this point. Okay, all that we are doing is to convert the 20 minutes to hours. Okay, because the question says we should find the speed in kilometers per hour. Okay, so it means that with the time that is given, which is in minutes, we cannot work with it. We have to change it to hours before we can solve with it. Okay, that's why we are going through this process to convert the 20 minutes to hours. Okay, so we know that for every 60 minutes equals to 1 hour. Okay, then our 20 minutes equals to s. Okay, we don't know, so we represent it by a variable. Okay, so from here what we do is that we cross multiply. Okay, so we are going to have s times 60 is going to give me 60s. Okay, I hope you agree with me. So we are going to have our 60s equals to 20 times 1, we are going to have 20. Okay, and for us to get the value for s, we divide through by 60. I hope you understand and you agree with me up to this point. So let me continue from here. Okay, so I have my 60s equals to 20. Divide here by 60, divide here also by 60, so that this and this cancel. 20 goes here 1 and goes here 3. Okay, so I have my s equals to 1 over 3 hours. Okay, so we've converted the the 20 minutes to hours. Okay, so this is the time that we are going to work with. Okay, so the 20 minutes we've converted it to hours, and that is 1 over 3 hours. Okay, someone can choose to leave the answer in decimals. Okay, but I prefer to leave it in fraction because we are going to use it to solve further. Okay, we are going to use it to solve for the speed. We are going to make use of it. Okay, so it's best that you leave it in fractions so that solving will be simple. Okay, that notwithstanding, if you leave your answer in decimals, there's nothing wrong with it. Okay, it's just that most students will struggle with the decimals. Okay, so it's best that whilst it is of this nature, which is in fraction form, you maintain it to solve for whatever you want to solve for. Okay, then the final answer, you can convert it to decimal if it's there need be. Okay, so I'm going to leave it like this, then we are going to use it to solve for the speed now. Okay, so now we know that our 20 minutes is equals to 1 over 3 hours. Okay, so now let's come and find the speed now. Okay, so we know that our speed, let me continue from here. We know that our speed equals to distance over time. Okay, so my speed will be equals to the distance is 5 kilometers. Okay, so 5, let me write it also, 5 over the time is 1 over 3. I hope you understand and you agree with me up to this point. Okay, so now we are going to simplify this one, okay, to get our final answer. You know that this one, this bar means division. Okay, so we can write this one as, okay, so we can write this one as 5 divided by 1 over 3. I hope you agree with me, okay, because this bar, it means division. So we have 5 over 1 over 3. This bar means division, so you can write it as 5 divided by 1 over 3. Okay, so let's make this 1 over 1, okay, so that you know that we cannot solve with division. We have to change it to multiplication. Okay, so we are going to change this to multiplication and simplify further. Okay, I need more space to continue. Okay, so I'm going to clean a portion of the board, okay, so that we can continue further. Okay, so I hope you understand the explanation up to this point. Okay, so let me clean this portion, okay, then let us continue. Okay, so I want to continue from here. Okay, so from here I want to simplify what is here. Okay, so I have my speed equals to 5 over 1 times, okay, now when you are changing this to multiplication, what you do is that you maintain the first fraction, then you interchange the second fraction upon changing the sign to multiplication. Okay, we've learned this under fractions, okay, operation on fractions, the addition, subtraction, multiplication and division of fractions. We've treated this. Okay, so we are applying that knowledge here. Okay, so for you to change this to multiplication, you maintain the first fraction, then when you change the sign to multiplication, you interchange the second fraction. That's what you do. Okay, so I'm going to have 5 over 1 times 3 over 1, and that is going to give me, so my S is going to give me 15 kilometers per hour. Okay, I hope you understood it. Okay, so we have 3 times 5, which is giving us 15. So 15 over 1 is the same as 15. So you bring your unit, don't forget to bring your unit. So you have 15 kilometers per hour. Okay, so the speed is 15 kilometers per hour. Okay, so that's what you are supposed to do. Okay, that's the final answer for the question on the board. I hope the explanation was clear enough and you understood it as well. Please don't forget to like the video and also share them. I'll see you again in another video whilst we solve more examples on this. Bye bye.